Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please hit the subscribe, now this start video. As The Young and the Restless kicks off the week of January 6 to 10, fans are in for a thrilling ride with shocking revelations and dangerous alliances forming. Here's what to expect. Nate Hastings, seen Dominic, has been keeping a few cards close to his chest, and this week he'll set up a meeting with his half-brother Damian. The location, a local cafe, where the two men will meet to discuss business, but things won't go as smoothly as planned. Damian, or at least the man who is currently believed to be Damian, will arrive with his own set of questions for Nate. However, it's worth noting that Nathan Owen's casting announcement didn't explicitly identify him as Damian, and preview information for 2025 didn't mention the character by name either. Could there be some deception at play here? Could Owens be reinventing himself under the guise of Damian? Much like a modern-day Count of Monte Cristo, or is the real Damian still somewhere in the shadows, possibly striking deals and remaining elusive? Whatever the case, Owens' character will undoubtedly bring a bit of trouble with him. He's set to play a master manipulator, but Nate will be ready to counter with his own deceptions, and the two will engage in a battle of wits. When Damian, as he introduces himself, questions Nate's offer of a job, Nate will explain that when he sees talent, he doesn't waste time. However, this isn't the most reassuring way to start a relationship, especially with someone who likely harbors trust issues. Expect this encounter to lead to more twists, with Damian possibly setting his own plans in motion while Nate works his angle from the other side. Meanwhile, Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, remains in a precarious position. Jordan, Colleen Zank, who's been holding her captive, will move Sharon from her current motel room and relocate her to a different location, possibly underground in the sewer system or a grimy basement. Jordan's chilling words, "You should be grateful you're not at the bottom of the river, at least not yet," paint a bleak picture of Sharon's fate. Will she escape this trap or become further ensnared in Jordan's web of control? Back at the Newman Ranch, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, will be left reeling from an unexpected and horrifying encounter. As Nikki hears voices and makes her way downstairs, she will come face to face with none other than Ian Ward, Ray Wise. The shock will be palpable as Nikki demands to know, "What the hell are you doing here?" Ian's sudden reappearance in Genoa City brings with it a wave of troubling news. Nikki will learn that Ian has been released from prison and has chosen to resurface in town, much to Victor Newman's, Eric Braden, displeasure. In typical Victor fashion, he will give Ian an ultimatum: leave town or face the consequences. But Ian, ever defiant, will ignore Victor's warning and choose to stick around, putting himself in grave danger. The Young and the Restless spoilers tease that this decision will have dire repercussions for Ian down the road. As Victor warns Ian that sticking around will cost him, it's clear that this isn't the last we'll see of Ian's dangerous presence in Genoa City. With Ian's return looming large over the Newmans, Victor's predictions about Ian's future will add even more tension to an already volatile situation. As the week progresses, viewers will witness the continued fallout from Ian's presence in town, and Victor's ominous warnings could signal even darker events on the horizon. For the latest updates, spoilers, and breaking news, make sure to check in with CDL for all things The Young and the Restless. This week promises to be one of the most unpredictable yet, with shocking twists and high-stakes drama unfolding in Genoa City. The return of Ian Ward, Ray Wise, to Genoa City is set to send shockwaves through the Newman family, especially for Nikki. Her immediate reaction upon seeing Ian will be one of utter disbelief and fear. As she stands face to face with the man she thought she would never see again, Nikki's emotions will be a mix of anger, confusion, and terror. Ian, notorious for his past crimes and the chaos he caused, will undoubtedly be a reminder of the darker times in the Newman family's history. Ian's return is no coincidence, and the timing of his resurfacing couldn't be worse. After years of being behind bars, his decision to come back to Genoa City and confront the Newman family signals that he's not only out for revenge, but may have more sinister plans in motion. Nikki will be left reeling from the shock of his presence, but the reality of Ian's intentions won't take long to sink in. She'll find herself in the middle of a storm that Victor, Eric Braden, warned her about, but the full extent of Ian's agenda is still unclear. Victor's warning that Ian needs to leave town or suffer the consequences will only intensify the situation. While Ian initially dismisses Victor's threat, it's clear that he's not someone who is easily intimidated. In fact, Ian's willingness to disregard Victor's ultimatum will likely embolden him, and viewers can expect Ian to become even more dangerous as the days go on. He's back in Genoa City with a purpose, and it's only a matter of time before he makes his next move. Victor's ominous predictions about Ian's future indicate that things won't end well for Ian if he chooses to stay. While Ian may think he's in control, the consequences of defying Victor's powerful influence will be severe. Victor is not one to take threats lightly, and his powerful reach will likely be the force that ultimately forces Ian to reckon with his past decisions. As Ian tries to push forward with his plans, he soon realizes that crossing the Newmans is not something he can do without facing the consequences. As Nate Hastings continues to play his own hand with Damian, the stakes in their game of deception are higher than ever. Nate's meeting with Damian at the cafe marks the beginning of a complex and potentially dangerous interaction between the two men. While Nate claims that he doesn't waste time when he sees someone with potential, his motives remain unclear. Is he truly offering Damian a legitimate opportunity, or does he have something more nefarious in mind? Damian's arrival with questions suggests that he's not entirely convinced by Nate's intentions, and he might have his own agenda at play. The dynamic between these two characters is rife with tension and uncertainty. Both men have their own tricks and schemes, and as the conversation progresses, it's likely that they will both try to outwit one another. Nate's history of using people to further his career could come back to haunt him, as Damian may prove to be more cunning and dangerous than he initially anticipated. What's even more intriguing is the question of whether Damian is truly the man he claims to be, or if he's assuming the identity for a greater purpose. If Damian is indeed using a false identity, it could be part of a larger plan to manipulate those around him, including Nate. The ambiguity surrounding Damian's true intentions leaves the door open for numerous twists and turns in their interactions. While Nate may believe he's in control, the arrival of Damian could tip the balance of power in ways he doesn't yet understand. As their meeting unfolds, the tension between them will only increase. Nate's insistence that he doesn't waste time when he sees potential could be a double-edged sword. If Damian is playing him, Nate could find himself caught in a trap of his own making. As the plot thickens, viewers will be left wondering who is truly pulling the strings, and whether Nate will be able to maintain control over the situation, or if Damian's tricks will turn the tables on him. Sharon Newman's Sharon case storyline continues to take a dark turn as she remains trapped by Jordan, Colleen Zank, who has relocated her to a new, more isolated location. The fear and uncertainty surrounding Sharon's fate are palpable, and with each passing moment, her chances of escape seem to dwindle. Jordan's chilling warning that Sharon should be grateful she's not at the bottom of the river, yet underscores the imminent danger Sharon faces. As she is moved from one grim hiding spot to another, her strength and resilience will be tested in ways she never expected. Will Sharon find a way to break free from Jordan's clutches, or is she destined to remain captive in a situation that becomes more dire with each passing day? With no one knowing her whereabouts and Jordan's threats growing more menacing, it's clear that Sharon's situation is rapidly becoming more precarious. However, Sharon is known for her resourcefulness and determination, and her story is far from over. As fans continue to tune in, they will be left wondering whether Sharon will escape this dangerous trap, or whether her captor will have the upper hand.